Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope everyone is doing great. A couple of days ago, Google released their Pixel 6 series, their flagship devices that came out this year. So I believe they're available at Best Buy, so I'm gonna go to Best Buy to go and check them out. So let's get right to it. Alright, so here it is. Here is the Pixel 6 Pro in all its glory. So it's powered by Android 12, so the latest version of Android. So that's why it's very minimal, but also because it's obviously stock Android, so it does have that minimal aspect to it. And as you can see over here, it is a 6.7-inch display, and it also has a 120 Hz refresh rate, which is LTPO, which means that it varies from 10 Hz all the way up to 120 Hz, just in case you leave the phone idle on the table or something and you're not doing anything with the phone to conserve battery. And just a quick rundown of the specs, just in case you guys forgot. So the Pixel 6 Pro is going to start at 128 GB of base storage, going all the way up to 512 GB of storage with the 6.7-inch display. So it is a little bit on the bigger side, but either way, I'm all for it. I like big screens in general, but the Pixel 6 Pro is also going to have 12 GB of RAM and the Tensor chip, which is emphasizing machine learning and artificial intelligence, especially for the camera. So just in case you forgot, the Pixel 6 Pro has a definitely improved camera system here. It has a 50 megapixel wide camera, it has 48 megapixel telephoto camera, and a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera, and it also supports up to 4x optical zoom. And one really popular feature with this new camera system is something called the Magic Eraser. The basic gist of how it works is basically you take a picture of something, and any object that you don't want in the picture, you could simply just scrub it off, and the AI with the camera will do its best job of trying to remove that object, and what results is a clean image without that object. So as you can see over here in this example, I'm trying to remove that little object over there, and then as you can see over here, the clear image results after the object is removed. I mean, it's not the best, I wouldn't say it's the absolute best, but it does do a pretty good job of removing that object. So now what you see over here is the regular Pixel 6. So a couple of differences between this phone and the 6 Pro is that, first of all, this phone has a smaller screen size, only a 6.4-inch screen. It also has a 90 Hz refresh rate versus obviously the 120 Hz on the Pixel 6 Pro. And it also has obviously thicker bezels if you really look up close. And it also has a 1080p display as opposed to a 1440p display like the Pixel 6 Pro. But here is the comparison list between the two phones, just in case you guys were wondering. Basically, the Pixel 6 Pro can go all the way up to 12 GB of RAM, while the Pixel 6 goes only up to 8 GB of RAM. There's also a $300 price difference between the two phones, with the Pixel 6 starting at $600. But there is a pre-order deal going on, so if you order the phone from the Google Store, then you can actually get the Pixel Buds A with your offer. So I think, in my opinion, it's a pretty solid deal. So taking a look at the front camera here for the two phones, just to say, you can do 4K video recording for the front camera, but it's only limited to 30 Hz and not 60 Hz like the S21 Ultra or the iPhone 13 Pro Max. So just keep that in mind. You can do 60 Hz with the back camera using this phone, but not 60 Hz for the front camera at 4K. It's only limited to 30 Hz. But as far as the camera is concerned, I think it's pretty great. They definitely fixed the overheating issues from what I've heard from other people who've used the phone and recorded using the back camera 4K at 60 frames per second. They recorded for extended periods on end, and they had no issues with the phone overheating. So that's already a great positive. And these are some of the pictures shot on the Pixel series. So in general, there's a lot of clarity and sharpness and detail when it comes to these pictures, especially with this bokeh effect of the doggy over here. You could definitely see a little bit of fringing, but it's very minimal, and overall I think Google did a pretty fantastic job in the camera department. So one last camera feature I wanted to touch on for this phone is actually night sight. So pretty much, as you can see over here, I took a picture of the donuts inside the box, enclosed inside the box, and after taking the image and letting it process, And the final result, like if you take a look at the end result of this image, it's actually surprisingly well. It came out really good. You could definitely see that it's a lot brighter in general, right? And this is in line with Pixel phones of the past, especially when it comes to the camera department, because we knew that, especially with the camera, Pixel definitely killed it. And this year is no different. So as far as security is concerned, this phone has an in-display fingerprint scanner that you can actually use to unlock the phone. Now, as far as face unlock is concerned, this phone does not actually have it. Unfortunately, I'm not entirely sure why Google decided not to include this feature, but either way, you still do have the fingerprint unlock available, so you could unlock it by just touching your finger on the fingerprint scanner, which is in display. So it's on the home screen, and it's pretty convenient. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for the brief hands-on of the Pixel 6 and the 6 Pro. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Obviously, there's a lot more to talk about regarding these phones, but nobody released their full video yet or the review yet because of the embargo. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.